people will keep asking, hey, when are you guys going back to the building? And the answer is, we'll tell you. We're not completely sure yet. There's a lot of things to do. I want to do a couple quick updates. The first is the only reason that Vice and I are able to be here and do all this is because of the people working behind the scenes. This group of our crew on the crew cam there, they are screening calls and working on video and working on audio and trying to fix all the things. And as usual, something gets broken almost every week for like just a minute, and then boom, like I can't do it. It's too much. I've been building up the studio down the end of the hall, and as soon as there was a tech issue, I was like, oh, that's it, I quit. But we got it sorted. Last thing to update about is there was a mass shooting in Austin, Texas over the weekend. And I appreciate all the people reaching out. There were no fatalities. I think there were 13 people who were injured. It took place down on 6th Street, which is, I mean, that's just Partyville every weekend. We still don't have details on who did it or what the motivation was or anything else. But I will say that to the best of my knowledge, no one from the ACA was injured at all, and there were no fatalities. So things could have been much, much worse. And I just wanted to thank everybody for their well wishes and concerns and people who reached out. And I was sitting in my recliner with an upset stomach, just watching dumb shit on YouTube. And all of a sudden I started getting messages saying, are you okay? Are you okay? And yes, I am okay. I had no idea what they were talking about. But Vice Rhino, tell everybody who you are, where they can find you. I know the mods have information and there's links in chat, but welcome.
Yeah, thanks. So, yeah, I have a YouTube channel where I deal mostly with young earth creationism, but I also tackle some other apologetics and the existence of God. I recently put out a video where I conclusively disprove God's existence, at least one very specific iteration of God. So that was fun. That actually got much better reception than I was expecting. Normally, when you put a lot of work into a video, nobody likes it, nobody watches it. But that one actually seems to have struck a chord with people. I also release my videos as a podcast. You can find me using any typical podcast search. Search for Vice Rhino. It'll pop up. But yeah, so that's a lot of fun. Now, I hear that now I'm excited to be here. Because when I started my channel, if you'd have told me that one day I would be hosting the Atheist Experience with Matt Dillahunty, I wouldn't have believed you. But then if you'd have told me that I would be hosting Matt's 500th episode, that would have taken me completely by surprise. And I hear the crew has something ready to go to celebrate this special event.
Okay.
Matthew, it appears that you've reached the 500th show. Let's hope you get the hang of it soon, hey? I'll never forget the first time I saw you on AXP. I'll keep trying though. You've changed so much over that time. Please keep changing until you find a look that we can tolerate. You know, you've taught me so much. If it weren't for you, I'd never have learned how to fast forward YouTube videos or how to mute my headset.
Nice.
You really deserve so much from us, but we will hold our tongues for the sake of courtesy. Congratulations on making it through 16 years and 500 shows. But if you keep mouthing off to me in crew chat, in all seriousness, congratulations and thank you for all that you've done and continue to do for the atheist community all around the world. You are very, very much appreciated.
Hey everybody, Objectively Dan here, and I'm here to roast Matt for his 500th episode of Atheist Experience. Just to give you an idea of how long Matt has been doing this show, the very first episode of Matt Dillahunty on Atheist Experience premiered when I was in 4th grade. I don't know why Matt chooses the site Radiocarbon Dating to know that the Earth is over 6,000 years old when he could just be using his birth certificate. You could probably hang up on a telemarketer once a day, every day for the rest of your life, and still not hang up as many times as Matt has hung up on people on the show. And you know, if I'm really thinking about it, Matt might be the only person that's been featured on public access television that has yet to have a Tim and Eric sketch based off of him. But the truth is, I probably wouldn't be here, and a lot of people at the Atheist Community of Austin wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Matt's tireless contributions to the atheist community. So Matt, thank you.
Hey Matt, I know I'm supposed to be making fun of you and we're doing a roast or whatever, but I start to feel really guilty because you've been so generous with your time coming on and appearing on Secular Sexuality and helping us to get the word out about that show. And then I realized that you being on a sex show is actually better than any joke I could write, so here we are.
Amen.
All right, everybody's talking about this. The viewers are talking about this. People on your Twitch channel are talking about it. People on my Twitch channel are talking about it. And quite frankly, I'm sick of you dodging me because you know that I can destroy your career because you cannot possibly refute this. But now that I have you pinned down and you're stuck and you have to come up with an answer, I don't think you can refute this, so I'll just give it to you right now. You ready? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Pawn to e4.
So I was asked to roast my insufferable know-it-all boyfriend, Matt Dillahunty. And I gotta tell you guys, it's not difficult to roast Matt because have you seen how pale he is? I can confirm that he uses sunblock rated for vampires just to turn on his studio lights, which I can also confirm is 20. Honey, maybe get out of your lair a little more often and stop eating trolls for lunch because I know they're satisfying for you, but they're without substance. Love you. Keep being awesome.
I'm not saying that Matt's a god, like I don't believe in gods. But in many ways, Matt is like the great prophet, come to rescue humankind. And for that reason, and because I am allegiant to this idea, I have founded Dillahuntyism. Now, if you want to join me, my fellow Dillahuntyists, you must take communion. Instead of communion wine, we have Coke Zero. Always keep that on tap. I don't have any actual communion wafers. I do have some Triscuits and a little cookie butter or peanut butter on there, maybe some almond butter jelly for communion. Our communions have a little flair. We have a special sign that it's a hand signal. You start here and then you go down. And this is like symbolic of hanging up on the people during the hang up in the Atheist Experience. I know he just uses the finger, but this doesn't feel like a good group sign, like a good signal. I think you start here and then you go down. So, right. And then you say, Dillahunty. Right? And then you say to me, Dillahunty. And to show you my allegiance to this new religion, as soon as I'm done with this greeting, I'm going down to the barber shop. And I'm going full Dillahunty. I honor you, great prophet, and I commit to you my lifelong allegiance. Salute. And Dillahunty.
Wow. I can't thank you guys enough. That was hilarious. And one of the things that's extra funny for me is Penn wasn't kidding. There's no way he remembers me from the handful of times we've been in the same place. I love that somebody said, "Hey Penn, you want to say something about Matt? Who's that?" Because he did that to me with regard to a friend of mine too. But yeah. Oh wow, thank you guys so much. I don't know for sure if I can commit to another 500 episodes, but we're not quitting today, and I will try to remember to Dillahunty hang up on whatever. Hey, you guys,
are the kids going to understand that, like what that means nowadays?
I hope so. And at the end, though, I mean, if all we can do is joke about how old I am and how long I've been doing it, I'll take that. I take that. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Yeah, I had no idea it was 500 episodes. I knew it was something in that vicinity, but damn it, we've got callers we need to get to.